Do you desire to turn your passion into income? Connect with other creative souls who also dance to the beat of their own drum? I'm Marie Nicole, and I'm devoted to combining beauty, uniqueness, and connection in everyday living experiences. As a creative professional and Dharma coach, I help people connect to the truth of who they are and facilitate them in embodying their uniqueness. It is my hope in this podcast that I inspire you to live your life on your terms and earn your income through being uniquely you. After all, it's the unique thread that we each contribute to the collective tapestry that creates the whole. It was not my intention to have such a long break between podcasts. I'm absolutely loving podcasting. However, the process of closing my commercial space and moving my workshop operation to here into my shed again was such a big process that I just needed to let something go. And I really needed to focus my energy on closing that chapter of my life effectively. It was a much bigger job than I had anticipated, physically, mentally, and emotionally. But on the other side of this process, I've realised just how valuable my embodiment of cyclical living has been. So I'm dropping in here today just to touch base and to share a short message on some of the key takeaways I gained from the experience. Following my own methodology of La Luna living, I was very intentional throughout the process, staggering the exit in alignment with the phases of the lunar cycle and my personal cycle, which meant it was less taxing on my nervous system. By the end of the process, I was exhausted, and I'm still recovering from that, but I was not completely depleted. And I still had a big smile on my face that I could not wipe off, because I felt so complete. Now, using discernment when it came to accepting help, choosing to accept help from people based on their unique skills and what they could contribute, but also their energy and how their energy impacted mine, was a key component to reaching the end of this process feeling fulfilled and satisfied. Accepting emotional support from those who have been through major life transitions and are further down the road in their journey than I am, taking their advice on how to work through the physical, mental, and emotional overwhelm. That was really important. And even though I'm a coach, I still, in the thick of a challenge, need guidance, assistance, and reminders of the practices and ways to approach challenges, because I too am human. We all are. There has been so much that I have gained from this experience, like learning to embrace the benefits that have come from all of this, rather than wallowing on the loss of what was. Focusing on the treasured connections I'd formed, the goals I'd reached, the dreams I'd transformed into reality, and letting go of the sense of loss of what will no longer continue to be. Adding those precious memories to my personal story and holding on to the magic of them. That's what was created in that space that I let go of. Looking to the future and allowing myself to dream of the possibilities of what could be, and being open to things unfolding that I would not have planned for had I stayed in the space and things had remained the same. Working with the energy of each phase of the lunar cycle and my personal cycle and how they perfectly aligned allowed me to close this chapter of my journey on the new moon and reflect deeply on what served, what didn't, and what I'd like to carry forward and what I'd like to release. And even what I'd like to embrace that I had no idea was even an option before going through this process. Connecting with nature and its flow. We are nature after all. We are not separate from it. Even though as a human race we've attempted to operate as though we are in our everyday living practices. But when we go to the beach, we look to understand the currents and how they're flowing before diving into the ocean. We go to a river. We allow ourselves to float down the stream rather than fight against the rapids. Our bodies are made up of around 70% water, and water is affected by the cycles of the moon. So it makes perfect sense to me to operate in flow with her cycles and to allow flow in our everyday living experiences. I coach clients through La Luna Living as a part of my service, Plus, it's available as a self-guided workbook, which can be revisited month after month until it's something that you do just naturally and something that you've embodied. I'll include a link in the show notes to the self-guided option. However, if you'd like to explore the option of my highly personalised embodiment coaching service, reach out for a connection call. In this, I focus with clients on finding flow in their personal life and business. I work with you on both because I believe in a holistic approach to living. Who we are at work affects who we are in our personal life, and if we are in alignment, they are not separate. And that is how we create flow in our life and create a life we love. What I teach is what I practice, what I sell is what I use, how I serve is how I live. So working with me is about embodiment of all aspects of life. Operating in flow, practicing cyclical living, allows you to set boundaries, which means you then are giving from a place of wholeness. Thank you so much for your time. I know how valuable it is, and I hope you got value out of listening to this podcast. If you are looking for a coach to support and guide you through your own unique journey of creating a life you love, then reach out for a connection call. And if you'd like to connect with other creative souls in person by joining us at a workshop, a retreat, or to book a unique shopping experience here at Creators Nest, I run those by appointment. So check out the website for more details. The link is in the show notes. Oh, and please leave a review. I'd love to hear any insights or inspirations that were activated in you from this podcast. And I look forward to drumming, dancing, or soaring alongside of you.